and good morning welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV.
It's not even Monday.
Friday.
Friday the 13th. That's why you're.
And it's raining.
It is. Mm-hmm. Friday the 13th, gloomy and raining, and Luann doesn't know who she is or where we are.
No.
No, but that's okay.
Are you superstitious?
Not at all.
No.
Are you?
No.
I walk under ladders.
Oh, I don't do that.
That's probably just unsafe, not.
Well, that's what I kind of think. You know, I think, maybe something could fall on my head.
Although, wait a minute. When it comes to stuff like whistling backstage and saying the name of the Scottish play, I won't do that.
And saying the name of the Scottish play?
Okay, so it's not theater, right? So I can say Macbeth here, or have I just cursed us? That you're not supposed to say Macbeth in a theater.
I have never heard
unless
that.
you're in the show and you're saying it as part of it. It's bad luck to say Macbeth in the theater.
Really?
There's a theater curse.
Why?
I don't know, but if you say and if you say it, and they call it the Scottish play, and if you say it, you have to go outside the dressing room, turn around 3 times, spit and swear before you're allowed to come back in. Yeah.
Really?
And then you're not supposed to whistle in theaters either. That's bad luck. But
I've heard that.
Well, you know why though? Because back in the olden days, the fly gallery, the flies, the set pieces that come up and down in theaters, they're all done with rigging and ropes.
Right.
Look at me go, eh?
Yes.
They used to use sailors. Oftentimes, the retired sailors were the guys who did the flying because they knew all about ropes and knotting and stuff.
Oh, makes sense.
And they would cue each other with whistles. So you want a fly to come down, you'd whistle. So the thing is, if you whistle in the theater, it could be in the olden days, it would have been a cue to somebody to drop a fly on your head. When I say fly, I don't mean like a zzz, I mean like a drop, like a scenic drop.
Like a backdrop.
And yeah, so they would whistle for their cues. So you're not supposed to whistle because you might end up with a set piece on your head.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm just full of useless crap.
Hey, have you been keeping an eye on Twitter?
No, what about no? What now? What?
There's Trump.
Oh no.
Is in London.
Okay.
Have you seen the balloon?
the baby Trump. In the
angry
diaper.
Baby Trump balloon. If you
baby
haven't
Trump
seen
balloon,
it yet, take
there it
a
is
look
right
at this.
there. Now,
look at him.
The mayor of London organized this.
No, he didn't organize it. He allowed it.
He allowed it. Okay,
Yes.
sorry, yes. Thank you, Luann.
Right,
You're
yeah.
the news person and I know nothing. The mayor of London, right?
Yes.
He allowed it. And now Trump has said, I'm not going to spend time in London because when they fly a blimp to apparently make you feel unwelcome, why would I spend time there? So now I'm imagining there's going to be a huge rush on these baby Trump blimps. And everybody who... Tom Mills, local retired columnist, is on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter, and Tom Mills said that they should fly one of those over the White House because then Trump wouldn't go there because he wouldn't feel welcome.
You know what? He was very upset about I don't feel welcome here.
I don't feel welcome.
And you know what? During his visit, because he was there for, I think, like 48 hours, maybe not that long, one place to the other in a helicopter because they were so concerned about protesters and stuff.
Well, they had to build fencing around where he's staying, the residence he's staying in.
Yeah.
Also, Theresa May. He insulted her.
So he said the reason that London had so many terrorist attacks was the mayor's fault.
The mayor's fault.
Before he got there.
And also Theresa May's fault for letting far too many immigrants into the country, and you're losing your culture, you're losing your identity. Your European culture is going down because you've let too many of these migrants in.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, immigration has gone down apparently in the European Union and in Britain. There's less immigrants coming in. It's stabilized itself now.
Right.
They're not. Anyway, the other thing that he was talking about was he did an interview with The Sun, which is the tabloid. Equivalent to a tabloid. Like
I thought you meant like father-son.
Rupert, the Sun, whatever it is, the newspaper.
The Sun.
And that's owned by Rupert Murdoch, who's
his a friend of his.
Billionaire friend who also owns the New York.
Doesn't he own Fox too?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe so. But he also owns the tabloid New York paper.
Yes.
But anyway, and in it, he just goes off.
Oh, he's just unbelievable.
Unbridled in his disdain for the mayor and for Brexit and all this stuff, and they did it all wrong.
And he can't understand why he feels unwelcome.
I wonder
he
why.
can't understand why there's protesters.
No, Anyway, when does he come back?
Yeah.
Does he have to?
Does he have to? They're
Does
probably
he have
going,
to NAFTA?
They're probably going, see you, bye-bye.
Yeah.
I love that balloon, though.
It's
I want one.
Trump in a diaper.
I think we should do that for Rotary Fest.
Oh, no.
The parade.
Are
Could
we
you
in the
imagine?
parade?
I don't know if we're in
Bruce,
the parade.
are we in the parade? He doesn't know
We
either.
don't know if we're, you know what, go to the parade regardless of whether we're there or
Oh,
not.
well, it's not, what day is it? This is the 13th today, the 20th. It's
Next
going to be the
weekend.
21st.
Yeah,
It'll
so
be
next
the 21st.
weekend on Saturday.
We're covering it.
Yes. Oh, well, of course.
I think Tammy's going to be there.
Oh, awesome.
I think she's covering it. Yes, Bruce says yes. Tammy
Okay,
will be
good.
there. And maybe we'll be like riding in a convertible or something, waving like, I want a tiara. I want an ONNtv tiara.
I want a big balloon of you in a diaper. That's what I want to see. For the Rotary
Luann
Fest
walking down
parade.
the street with
Yeah.
a
That's
yeah,
all I need.
baby Timmy.
Do I need to say anything else? I need to say not one word. Holding a, like I could see that.
It's Friday. Ooh, it's Friday.
Yes, it is. What does that mean?
Humane Society. That means they're here today to bring in. And are we starting this new? I don't know yet. I'll have to talk about it in the commercial because we're starting a new thing with the Humane Society segment. We have a sponsor.
Yes.
And I'm just not sure if it started yet or not, so I'll have to find
Yes.
out. It hasn't started yet, but it's
We're
exciting.
so excited.
We have a sponsor who's going to sponsor the Humane
That means
Society.
we're
thing.
kind of legit. When somebody actually backs us up with money,
It's not
that
us,
sort of
it's-
makes us
it's the
kind
Humane
of
Society.
legit.
They don't care about us. They just like the puppies. Who doesn't? And then who else? Oh, you know what? I was recently in Shabby Motley
Yes.
on Queen Street. I'm always impressed with how much stuff goes on in that little space.
Really?
Yeah. So
I've
I
never
invited
been.
them. Well, I invited them on the show today.
Oh, good.
Ashley's going to be here to talk about, and I think she's bringing, Ashley and Megan from Shabby Motley. We're going to talk about all the stuff that goes on in that incredible
You know,
little venue.
the weirdest thing,
Well-
I had a dream that I went to Shabby Motley, and I knew it was small.
That's interesting.
In the dream, it was a very small space, and I could not get over how much was going on in that small space.
You're spooky.
I know. Some would call me a witch.
Oh, I've heard you called something similar to that. Might have come from me, actually.
Yeah, behind my back generally.
Yeah. Or
So
something.
Shabby Motley
Yeah.
and
Humane Society.
Peaches,
And then also, I'm gonna just do, coming up, I'm gonna do a little bit of an intro and run an interview that Alex Parr did about something that's coming up tomorrow that I think is pretty cool. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna let you wait and see what that's about.
so we have lots, and we have news, of course.
You
Lots
have the
of local
news. Lots of local news today?
Yeah. so
Okay,
that's
good.
really
That's why
good.
we're here, because
Yes.
nobody does it better. Hey, guess what I'm doing?
Hey, guess what he's doing?
I'm gonna be singing.
Where?
Like, the voice in my head just went, oh God.
Where?
Stop it. I'm going to be singing the national anthem for the poker run on the 28th of July.
As Gina?
No! Oh, Canada!
Oh, Canada.
No, as me. I'm singing both the national
Awesome.
anthems for the poker run.
I think you should do the French version too.
You can help me
Right?
with that.
Yes.
Wah, 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 wah.
That's not really a word.
No, I know, but it's how you say it when you talk French. You sound like wah, 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 wah. Oh, la merde, dame, wah, wah, wah. Because you get that thing when you talk French to me.
No, I'm not now. Are you? No. No, I'm not.
She doesn't dance, monkey, dance. She doesn't play the game.
Well, like now you're going to make fun of me. Oh,
How do
yeah,
I-
speak French so I can laugh at you on
How
TV.
do you say dance, monkey, dance in French?
Danse, singe, danse.
Singe. Don't singe.
Do I
Somebody
make
say
that
monkey?
face? Do I make that face?
How do you say
Singe.
monkey?
Singe.
Singe. That's a monkey.
That's a monkey.
Is monkey
Yes.
male or female? Le singe or la singe?
Le singe.
Le singe. I like it when she talks French. I'm just teasing you. I do like it when
I
you
know
speak
you
French.
do.
And I use you as a reference all the time.
Yes.
The voice in my head says it's time to go. Okay.
Gee, I wonder why.
So now, somehow, between now and the next segment, I've got to try to figure out my script to introduce the next video
Ooh,
thing. So
good
this will
luck
be
with that.
interesting. Give me 2 minutes of commercials, Kevin. Okay, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned on this gloomy Friday the 13th. We're about to brighten your day
We
with
are.
mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned. We've been doing a lot of coverage lately about Veterans Affairs. We had guests on Point about the Veterans Monument that we're looking at having installed in Sault Ste. Marie. I spoke to the wife of a PTSD sufferer, talking about her trials and tribulations trying to get assistance as a caregiver for her husband with PTSD. And also lately in the news, Greg Lefebvre has joined forces with the board of the Algoma Veterans Association. Greg is a local businessman and philanthropist, and he has had great success with his own not-for-profit, the Twinkie Foundation. They help raise money and distribute funds to families who have children who need to travel to Toronto to Sick Kids Hospital, whether their children are sick or critically ill. Anyway, Greg has joined forces with the board now. He's on the board, and the president, Frank Ietzi, is the president of the Veterans Association Board. They're looking to purchase some waterfront property because they'd like to have a retreat for veterans where they can go and relax and receive mental health care and basically work through their PTSD issues. Sergeant Ietzi is retired from the military in 2008, and he still feels the impacts of trying to make the transition back to civilian life. So he's concerned with the lack of resources that are here locally. Apparently, the closest Veterans Affairs Canada offices are in North Bay and Thunder Bay. So I just think it's terrific that these guys have started this GoFundMe campaign, and you can do some Googling and look for the Algoma Veterans Association GoFundMe campaign. You can get a hold of Greg Lefebvre also, or get a hold of Mr. Ietzi, Frank Ietzi. Now, there's another association that's doing some great work with veterans. This is the Algoma Fish and Game Club. They have an event starting tomorrow. It's called Take a Veteran Fishing, and it's you're going to take veterans on fishing guides. We'll take them and a member of the board of directors to the Algoma Fish and Game Club, and they're going to go out together and just chat and relax and have a good time and have conversations, and basically it's a camaraderie being offered through the Algoma Fish and Game Club to veterans. Alex Parr did an interview with Joe Giuliani and talking about that event. So let's roll the video and take a look and see what they're doing tomorrow on July the 14th.
And welcome. Now I'm joined here by Joe Giuliani, a member of the board of directors for the Algoma Fish and Game Club. Joe, how you doing today?
Good. Yourself, Alex?
Great. I heard you're enjoying your vacation right now?
Having a great time.
Great. Glad to hear. Now you're in for what I believe is quite the great cause, Fishing with Vets. Is that what the official name is?
That's what it is.
Now,
take a vet fishing.
Take a vet fishing, excuse me. Now, how did you get this idea? How did the ball start getting rolling on such a cause?
Well, I used to do an event like this down in Michigan, and I did it with a good friend of mine whose name is Mark Martin. He's a professional fisherman, and we used to do a wounded warrior event down there. And I decided to bring it back up here, and didn't think we'd have much wounded warriors here, so I figured I'd open it up to all vets and take them out fishing for a day.
Okay. And how did it go down when you did it with the Wounded Warriors? Was that a pretty great event and you thought that it was time to make something happen here back home?
It was a great event. It was just nice to get those guys out in the boat and to get their mind off of things and get them out fishing for the day, and for us fishermen to give something back to the Wounded Warriors.
Absolutely. Now, the name is in the title, Take a Vet Fishing, correct?
You're right.
And what kind of events are going to be happening throughout the day? What's the lineup? How's the day looking?
Yeah, the lineup is we're going to meet at the Legion around 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have some breakfast, that Tim Hortons sponsored for us.
Hey.
We're going to have some muffins and that, and then we're going to get the guides teamed up with their vets, and then we're going to head down to the water around 8 o'clock in the morning, do some fishing until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have bag lunches supplied by Subway, which is also great.
Another great sponsor to have, for sure.
Then we're going to do some media and some pictures around 4 o'clock. We're going to clean the fish up for the vets, and then we're going to have supper.
Oh, a fish fry, I can only assume, eh?
Actually, it's going to be pasta and meatballs because we don't know if we're going to catch lots of fish or a few fish.
Well, look how hopeful I am for you guys, eh? And you come here all decked out in your fishing gear, so you must be quite the avid fisherman yourself, correct?
Yeah, I'm a pro fisherman. I do some guiding, and I do a lot of fishing of professional tournaments. Walleye tournaments and some salmon tournaments.
And what kind of fish are you guys going out to actually fish for this upcoming, or not this upcoming Saturday, but the one following, excuse me?
Well, we're going to probably target walleyes. There's some Atlantic salmon that are coming into the river at this time too. We'll target some of them. But anything that we can catch, pike, bass, whatever we can do to have a great time.
Right, and now I believe that this is an absolute great event. What's been the overall reception of the public, maybe even your sponsors, over something like this?
You know what, we picked up a few sponsors. Mind you, this is our first year running this, so it's starting off slow, but I'm sure we'll grow it as we go, you know. And the public's been great. Everybody's positive about it, you know. And the vets are slowly coming. We got like 21 vets coming so far. We're looking for anywhere between 30 and 40 if we can get that. And we have 12 different guides that could accommodate those many fishermen.
Right, and as you were saying before you came in, it did take a little bit of time to get the ball rolling, but I believe with the vets, it's going to be a little bit of, oh, these guys are doing it, I'm going to want to get involved myself. Now, where would the vets or even the public be able to go to get a little bit more information about being able to register, get involved? What kind of things can they do?
Yeah, if they go to the Algoma Fish and Game Club Facebook page, we have a poster there, or they can call the Legion and talk to one of the girls in the office there. They have all the information there. And they can sign up there, or they can call myself, and I'll sign them up and get them on their way.
And I believe there is a Facebook page too, correct? That's going to have a little bit of information about this event?
Yes, the Algoma Fish and Game Club has a Facebook page on this. We don't have a Facebook page just for the event, but
right.
that will come. But also, Algoma Veterans is also posting and helping us out too. So.
Okay, great. So a couple different Facebook pages you can go and take a look at. And now what will you be doing actually the day that it comes? Are you going to be fishing with the vets? Are you going to be organizing? What's your role come
I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. I'm going to
Okay.
be doing some organizing, but I will be fishing. I'll have probably 2 to 3 guides in my boat. And also taking some pictures and helping everybody out.
And I mean, you did say you're professional. Is there going to be a bit of friendly competition come the day? Are there any guys that are going out after you, don't want to catch that big fish, want to catch more fish?
Anytime fishermen go out there, they're always a little friendly competition. Who's going to catch the bigger one? Whose boat's going to do the best?
Of course.
So it's going to be a great time.
Sounds like an exciting day, absolutely. Now, is there anything you want to say to the people out here watching? Is there anything you want to add? Anything that we may have missed?
You know what? Just to the vets out there, you guys want to do this, you know what? Get a hold of us and give us a call. It's a day for you guys, you know?
Absolutely. And Joe, I want to thank you for taking such a step in helping the community in such a way. I think it's an absolute great hand that you're lending. And I want to thank you for coming in and spending some time with us. And I want to thank you guys for watching and sticking tuned. But make sure you pay attention because come July 14th, correct? July 14th?
July 14th.
It'll be a day definitely to get out fishing with your friends, families, and the vets. And I want to thank you one more time for sticking to the stream.
Thank you very much.
Most of the Algoma district will experience another heat wave starting today through the weekend. Algoma Public Health would like to remind you to stay sun safe. Exposure to extreme heat and humidity can lead to illnesses like heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Those most at risk include the very young, the old, the chronically ill, and people who exercise or are involved in demanding work outdoors for prolonged periods. Some tips. Stay out of the sun from 11 a.m. until 3. Drink plenty of water while avoiding alcohol, coffee, and cola. Reschedule strenuous outdoor activities. Go to an air-conditioned place like the mall. Visit adults who are at higher risk at least twice a day. And keep a close eye on the kids and your pets. Algoma Public Health has issued a swimming advisory for Harmony Beach. Water samples are taken from the beach every week. Test results of samples taken on July 10th contained high levels of bacteria. It's unsafe to swim at beaches with increased levels of bacteria. Water may contain high levels of bacteria for at least up to 48 hours following heavy rainfall, high winds, or if there's an increased number of birds around. Swimming advisories do not close the beach or stop people from swimming. They let swimmers know about the water conditions the day the sample was taken. Swimming in water with high levels of bacteria can cause skin, eye, nose, and throat infections, as well as stomach illness if the water is swallowed. The Sault Ste. Marie Region Conservation Authority held a public information session yesterday at City Hall for residents, neighbors, and trail users in and around the Hiawatha Highlands Conservation Area. The Forest Land Group approached the Conservation Authority about possible access to Duncan Township through the Hiawatha Highlands for logging activities. Connor Road has been closed by court order, and hiking, skiing, and biking were issues discussed around potential new road use and restrictions. The OPP is gearing up for Operation Safe Trucking and is concerned about the number of fatal transport truck collisions being up in all but 2 of the OPP's 6 regions. The Northeast marks the highest increase so far this year. at 800%. In 2018 so far, the OPP have laid more than 1,615 speeding charges, 354 distracted driving charges, and 963 defective equipment-related charges against transport truck drivers. Officers have responded to 33 transport truck-related collisions so far this year. That's a 38% increase compared to last year. 41 people have died in the crashes. During Operation Safe Trucking, the OPP will be looking for speeders and other forms of aggressive drivers, distractive, inattentive drivers, driver impairment, hours of service and equipment violations, and seatbelt violators.
It's going to be a busy weekend for dancing.
It is.
Yes, because you've got something to talk about for dancing. And I also have to remind you folks, it's Bollywood night.
Tonight?
No, tomorrow at the Bush Plain Museum. It's the Sault Ste. Marie Cricket Club's fundraiser. It's their big fundraiser. I don't even know if there's still tickets available, but if there are, you should go. It's going to be a blast.
It's such an awesome style of dance.
Oh, they have a troupe coming up from Toronto. Ooh. Yes, they do. They have musicians, they have dancers, they have Indian food. It's going to be the whole there's a whole event
They must
going
have
on.
booze.
Oh yes, it's licensed.
Yeah.
It's at the Bush
Awesome.
Plain, so check it out and Bollywood night. What a blast! What about what other dancing?
Well,
is
you know what?
going on?
Queen Street Mixer happens tomorrow between 1 and 6 o'clock.
Queen Street
And
Mixer.
So it's at Square One. What they're doing is they're shutting down the street.
Oh, I love when they do that. A street
from,
party.
Yeah, from East to Brock, and it's a whole series that the Downtown Association is doing.
Is
of
this the
street
first
parties.
part of a series?
This is the first one, and we are very happy to be corporate sponsors. So go down and check out some local shopping and, wander about. Be a tourist in your own town, courtesy of superiormedia.ca.
Nice. It starts
Isn't
at
that awesome?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock till 6.
1 till
Beer
6.
tents, bands, vendors, games. Tim won't be there. Go!
Wait a minute. Why
Go.
would I be there? I finish work at 3. I could go down.
You're not working tomorrow.
What day is this?
Tomorrow?
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Saturday.
I thought today was Thursday.
No, today's Friday.
We
the
already had a
13th,
conversation
remember?
about Friday the 13th
Yes.
and raining and blah, blah, blah. Remember that?
Apparently
that was like
you
half
weren't
an
talk-
hour ago.
You weren't paying attention to what you were saying
I never
because
listened
you
to
talked
myself.
about it.
So this is tomorrow. Why won't I be there?
Because
I could be there if I want to. It's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
beautiful this
you
weekend.
know, hot.
Bruce says I'm going.
So hot. You know what?
31 degrees-ish?
Yeah.
And I think tomorrow's supposed to be, last I saw was partly sunny.
like almost too hot for me. I know. You have a pool, honey.
No. Queen Street, you can get shade on Queen Street.
Good point.
The sun comes
You
from the
can.
south. If you're on the south side of the street, you get the shade from those buildings, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
And there's a beer tent, Lou. So
I hate beer. Can I drink wine?
What block is this?
Brock Square One, between East and Brock. It
East
starts
and-
at 1, goes till 6. You could have an afternooner.
Wait a minute, where is...
I mean, a beer.
I was going to say, sky rockets in flight. Everything's a song. Afternoon delight. Lou,
Yes.
where is Lop Lops? Aren't they in that block? I'm sure they are. They have wine. What about Smokies? They got wine.
Oh, good. I'm so going.
There's Top Hat.
I'm going to have
wine.
family in for the weekend, so that's where we're going.
Okay.
Seriously, we're doing it.
And there's dancing? Dancing in the street.
Yes.
Dancing in the street. Okay, so once
This
again.
one is a Queen Street Mixer, it's called.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please stop saying there's nothing to do in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes, you can't say that.
Look
You
at
cannot
this. You
say
could go
that.
dancing in
And
the
this
street,
is
and then
like-
you could go to Bollywood that night.
And this is only the first of a series of them for the rest of the summer.
On all summer long.
Yes.
And don't forget also to check out the concert series at the Roberta Bondar Pavilion this summer.
There's so much
Local
going on in
artists
Sault Ste. Marie.
performing for free. This kind
And you know what?
free.
This downtown mixer is
Yes.
such an awesome idea because our downtown is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Yes.
It's quaint, and I think that.
Despite what Roger Brooks might say.
Woo! And you know what? There are challenges in every downtown.
Yep.
But boy, I'll tell you, what is there is stunning, and we're happy to be a part of it. So hopefully we'll see you down there tomorrow, starting 1 o'clock, Square One, East Street to
It's a
Brock
mix.
Street.
I like that they call it a mixer because it means like all the merchants are all going to be out there meeting
See,
and
I was
greeting and
thinking about
mixing.
drinks, mixing drinks.
No, I think it's a social
Vodka.
mixer. Honestly, Luann.
You know, if there's no wine, I hate beer, so there's got to be a mixer of some sort with vodka,
I think we need an intervention.
right? Right?
Ah!
Need an intervention. So hopefully I'll see you there.
The Humane Society just showed up.
You should see what they have.
I'm not telling you. Got to stay tuned.
I'm excited, and I'm not an
You
animal
are,
person.
and she does not
I'm
like
I'm
the
scared.
dogs.
But these are so cute.
How do you feel about cats? We had a cat in.
They're
Remember the
snooty.
snooty?
They're like. And then you go to touch them, and they're like, "Do you have to?"
Cats are funny because it's almost. My father always said cats seem to know when you don't like them because they go straight to you.
You know what? My mother is like not a cat person.
They go right to her. My father could go into somebody's house and sit down. My father never liked cats.
Me neither.
Sit down on the couch. The first thing they're crawling all over him.
In the back of my neck, one sat down. I was like, yeah,
No.
scared. Yeah,
No.
fluff flying around my head.
It all depends. Yeah, cats have definitely very strong personalities.
Yeah, so they're either like suffocating you or
Which is why Andrew Lloyd Webber never wrote the musical Dogs. He wrote Cats. Well, and actually that came from T.S. Eliot's poems, but he didn't write poems about dogs either.
oh, you're such a fountain of information.
Cats
aren't
are
you,
way
Tim?
more. They have personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad you didn't.
Yeah, see, even the voices in his head are going, ooh.
You
that
know,
was
even
a
the
burn.
voices in my head are going,
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah, you better not want to see me tomorrow at this downtown party.
No, I'll just make sure I have a glass of wine in my hand and you'll be smiling.
Yeah, I'll mix you up. But
Yo. Hey, okay, so Shabby Motley, they're downtown.
Yes.
I wonder when the block party will hit their street.
we should find out.
I will find out when I ask Megan and Ashley from Shabby Motley coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. More with Mornings with
Luann.
and Tim right after this. Friday the 13th, but there's no bad luck in the studio today, only good luck with Megan and Ashley. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome to ONNtv. This is your first time here.
It is.
Kind of cool, eh?
It is. Thank you so much for asking
It's
us.
a pleasure. I'm a big fan of Shabby Motley, as a matter
you.
of fact. You've been around now for how long, Ashley? I should just introduce everybody. Ashley, to the far left, my far left, you're right, is the owner-operator.
Yes.
And Megan is the shop manager. And you're located on Queen Street. You've always been in the same location.
Always the same location. It's 356 Queen. It's right across from Sue Blaster.
Yeah.
Right between Algoma Bicycles and Outspoken Brewing.
That's a great strip of
Yeah.
shops. Algoma Bicycles, I love the storefront. I love the look of it.
Yeah.
It's very kind of kitschy, you know, kind of that feel of downtown, older kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And then who's on the other side? Did you say?
Outspoken Brewing.
Which now has a brand new patio in the laneway, which
They
is
do.
brilliant. I'm going to do a piece on them too, by the way, coming up because I think
Excellent.
that's they've been around for a while. They're doing very well.
Yeah.
How'd you get started?
Oh, well, so it'll be 5 years October, and it all started when I was on maternity leave, and I was looking for a different career, and I was really wanting to follow the path of self-employment.
Your entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes, I come from, there's a lot of entrepreneurs in my family.
No kidding?
So
You
I
want to talk
wanted
about that a little bit? Because I don't know anything about that.
Well, so going back to my great-grandmother, who I never actually got to meet, but she owned the French hat shop on Gore Street and several dress shops on Queen that my grandmother, Peggy Keenan.
Wait a minute, your grandmother's Peggy Keenan?
She is.
Peggy O'Linens?
Yes. Yeah.
She's famous
She's-
in retail. And Michaela is who?
And Michaela is my aunt. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Another entrepreneur, actually. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've known the Keenan family in business in Sault Ste. Where you're not kidding. They were downtown forever.
Yeah. So
That's-
my grandmother, so she's 95 years old, and she's one of my main business mentors to this day.
Wait,
Yeah.
Peggy
Peggy.
is 95.
Yeah.
Where does she live now?
She lives.
Maybe we shouldn't give her address out. But I remember the house on the
independently.
corner of Queen and Lake was their house, wasn't it?
Yeah, so she's still living on her own, not in the
Is
house.
she
but-
really?
Yeah, yeah.
God, tell her I said hi.
I will.
She wouldn't probably remember me, but
I'm gonna
would-
send her the link and she'll watch this.
My grandmother Jenkins, my grandfather was Lloyd Jenkins Jewelers
Okay.
on Queen Street in the Windsor Park Hotel. And my grandmother Jenkins and your grandmother, your grandmother?
So yeah,
Peggy's
G
your
Peg.
grandma.
She's my grandma Peg.
Yeah, they were great friends. They hung out and yeah, church socials and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Of course. Right.
So you got, what made you, hi, sorry, I didn't mean to just ignore you there.
I'm good. I'm just.
How long have you worked there now?
I
Geez.
don't know.
2,
Three?
2.
Really? See, you don't even count anymore. It's so
Yeah.
much fun.
Well, I started out as a customer.
Did you?
So yeah, I
We've
moved.
both had children. We've both had babies since the opening. So we have a bit of there's some.
There was
some
like a
mommy
couple
brain.
years of shabby babies.
Yeah.
The babies just
Yeah.
kept coming
They just-
in the
yeah.
beginning because I was the first shabby baby. Well, not I wasn't. My daughter was.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Ashley, right after she
I got
opened
pregnant
the
month
shop,
after opening, yeah.
she found out. Yeah, she found out she was pregnant. So
Oh,
that.
did that make you a little nervous about how am I going to do this now, or?
So my husband disagrees, but it was not on purpose, and so it was a surprise and very ill-timed.
disagrees.
But we we
what doesn't kill you makes you
persevered.
stronger.
Yes,
You're still going, and
Yeah.
and you still got, and how's the kid?
she's still alive.
Four-
She's
4 years
4
old?
years old. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Going into
And
kindergarten.
yours is how old?
Mine is 4 too. We
Also
have kids the
4,
same
see
age.
that?
Yeah, they're BFFs. Yeah.
Now,
Sassy
did you get all
pants.
your artsy and craftiness and your linens and do you actually knit and all that kind of stuff yourself,
I
Ashley?
do. I started knitting about 8 months before I opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a family thing? Were they always because they
My
being
maternal.
in retail and fashion and linens and stuff?
So no. So my mom's mom had taught me how to knit when I was very young, but I hadn't touched it in decades. And then when I was pregnant with my first child, where my good friend Anne O'Connor retaught me how to knit.
I know Anne O'Connor too.
Well,
Frank and Anne.
You got to have her on.
Well, I think okay. Just telling me how to run my show. Do I come in and tell you which classes to teach at Shabby Motley?
You can, and we will. Yeah,
You do teach classes though, right?
we do. That's Megan's.
That's Megan's.
Yeah.
Okay, and now, so you moved into the Queen Street location, and what were you thinking initially?
Oh, so different.
Because it's gone crazy since
On
you got it.
opening day, oh, Tim. So on opening day, it was me by myself. And my business plan that I had written said that I would hire 1 part-time staff the next year.
You thought you could do it all on your own.
I would say by
Silly Ashley.
Christmas, so within 2 months, I had 3 full-time staff.
Holy.
Yeah. So and then now we have, I think, 19.
You-
altogether.
Between all of the businesses, right around
Yeah.
like 20,
You had.
20-ish people.
That's
yeah.
that's an incredible story.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot happened. We kept it very busy.
Oh, and now was the plan always to have the fresh prepared food?
No, so
No, that came later?
That came later. So in the beginning, it was just yarn, and I had coffee, like the barista menu. That was more of like a selfish thing because I just knew that I was going to be drinking coffee all day, so I might as well also sell it. That was where my thought process was. And I had taken over the building from Tula from Taste of Scandia.
Right,
So
of course.
I was just buying baking off of her
Okay.
to sell, and that's how we managed for a little while. Tula had to go off for knee surgery, and then
Okay.
that's when we hired Ray.
You hired Ray, and he's still with you now?
Absolutely,
I think
yeah.
I just saw him when I was in there the other day. He's a big, tall guy, isn't he?
Yes.
That's Ray.
Yeah, that's Ray. He's been with us almost since the beginning.
Does he do all that preparing of the food?
He
'Cause
does.
Your food is phenomenal.
He's our baker, and he does some of the lunch menu as well.
Sandwiches, baking, coffee, juices. Oh, Shabby Motley. And then we come back, we're going to let Megan actually get a word in edgewise
Yeah.
and talk about the other activities that go on besides eating delicious food and drinking delicious beverages. So stay with us more from Shabby Motley's Megan and Ashley right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Okay, Megan, I'm going to give you a chance to talk now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're the shop manager.
Yes.
What goes on in that shop?
Oh my gosh, what doesn't?
I know.
Shabby Motley is
Everything.
right. Well, I think it is. There's always so much happening. Like
Do you actually teach classes?
I do teach classes.
What do you teach?
Knitting, felting, spinning, crochet. Yeah.
Spinning.
Yeah.
Spinning yarn?
Spinning yarn.
You actually make your own yarn?
Yeah, man.
In the store?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Where do you get the stuff that makes the yarn?
From sheep.
From sheep?
Imagine that.
Where do we have local sheep people who give you stuff?
You know what? Sometimes we do. Yeah, Valleyfield Farms. They
Yes.
they have wool there. We have some of their yarns, and we actually just did a sheep to sweater competition, which is international.
You start with just the...
Start with a sheep.
The sheep in the middle of
A
the room.
sheep, and
You have to shear it?
yes,
This is part
Uncle
of it?
Ken.
Yeah.
Who's Uncle Ken?
My husband's uncle.
Oh.
Yeah, he comes and he sheared
He
it.
shears the sheep?
Yes, and not just with
Not
like,
in the store.
No, we did it at No Market.
Market.
Oh, at No
No
Market.
Market, yeah, right there. And the second that little tuft of wool falls on the floor, we just run and grab it. And right there, greasy, poopy bits and all, we spin it up and knit a sweater.
I hope they're enjoying their breakfast at home with the greasy poopy bits.
Well, you know what?
No, that's life.
That's sheep.
That's sheep. That's a national thing.
International.
I love this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do you do art, like graphic stuff? Do you sell anything like that for people who sketch or anything, or?
Not so much. We have some doll making supplies.
Doll
that,
making.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Beading, any stuff like that?
We were doing beading, but
Yeah.
then Trailblazing Beads
Trailblazing
opened up
Beads on Gore
Gore.
Street. So
Don't want to cut their grass.
No,
There's enough room
great.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that attitude too. How do you find out about the classes?
online.
Online. So where do we go online?
We have a new shabbymotley.com.
That's easy.
Thank you for asking. It's our brand new online store.
You have an online store as well. You
Yes,
can
we
buy
do.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
Yeah, everyth's for sale. Yeah.
Do you know when the block party is coming to your block? Because they're having that block party at Easton Brock. When's yours? Do you know?
September, I bet.
September 22nd.
Yeah?
Yeah, so there's Easton Brock, and then Brock to Elgin, and then Elgin
Look
to...
at you just up on all the downtown association stuff.
That's
you
what
know,
she
Josh,
that's
you
part-
would be very
that's part
proud
of
of
my
has
job.
memorized the calendar.
Come back again when it's time to promote your block.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you're going to have a ton of stuff outside.
Yeah.
Your lemonade is amazing.
Well, it's very fresh.
It-
Every glass has 2 lemons in it, 2 whole freshly
It really
squeezed
is,
lemons.
isn't it? Because I just was there, like I said, earlier this week, and I had the lemonade. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? This is the real deal."
Yeah, it's the real deal. Very that's Ray's traditional recipe.
We won, we have a...
We've won competitions
golden
with that.
lemon.
A golden lemon.
We have a golden lemon. We should have brought all our trophies.
No trophies.
We did.
Heck
Are
yeah.
they on display in the shop?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be on more
Mini-
vivid
Yeah.
display, but Ashley's super humble.
Oh.
I'm not. So I'm like plugging our golden...
We're very
thing.
different like that. So whenever we win a competition, I actually feel sorry for the losers, and Megan's like, "You going down?"
Yeah.
You got to have that competitive spirit. Come on.
Yeah.
What about the airport? This is so cool as well.
Yeah.
When did that
Heck
happen?
yeah. So February 1st, we took over the food service at the Sault Ste. Marie Airport, and
More staff.
more staff, and the manager out there is our precious Cecily, who is actually with us for the last few years downtown as well.
So
and
you shipped her off to the airport?
Yeah, and she's doing great out
Rocking
there.
it.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
if
she's
you haven't,
killing
I
it.
don't know if you've been to the airport lately, but
Yeah.
the way you have it set up now is phenomenal. It's like a little mini Shabby.
Yeah.
And you actually have artisan crafts and
Yeah.
stuff on display that are
Yeah,
available,
local
which is also
handcrafts
great
and-
because then tourists come to the airport, they have someplace they can go and go on the last minute. Oh, I forgot to grab something for Auntie so-and-so,
Yeah.
and there's some beautiful handcrafted stuff right from our community.
Yeah, we wanted to make it so it sort of looked a bit like a cafeteria when we moved in, and so we
Yes.
wanted to bring some of our downtown
That shabby
atmosphere
brand.
out there. We painted all the walls black.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, leather
And-
leather seating.
yeah.
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 No, really,
Yeah.
you did a great job.
Well,
Yeah,
and then
thank
there's
you.
that couch, right? Like
Oh, yes, and
Shabby,
then we have
I don't know,
to
we're just
have our-
known for these couches.
Because when you go into Shabby Motley, the seating is not what like your average. It's not your average, whatever you call it.
My brother-in-law says that it looks like a chair museum. So,
Well, I love the branding, I love the style, I love the shop, I love the classes, and I think it's terrific that you guys have made a real go of this here in Sault Ste. Marie. Local girl does well.
thank you.
Local girls do well. Local business people do well. Congratulations. Stop into Shabby Motley and you will be pleasantly surprised if you haven't been yet. Thanks for staying with us on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Coming up, my favorite part of Friday, no offense girls, but it's the Humane Society. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick message. So Laura is here from the Humane Society. Thanks for coming
Hi.
in again.
You're welcome.
You make my Fridays so happy. Laura, you brought me bunnies.
Today I brought a little something interesting.
Bunnies and guinea pigs.
Baby bunnies.
Okay, so when
And
you grab a bunny, you grab a guinea pig, I'll grab a bunny. Hey, buddy.
Got
Hi.
2 baby guinea pigs and then 2 baby bunnies.
2 baby bunnies. Now, this little bunny is only about 2 weeks old. Is that
yeah.
what you said?
Yeah, the guinea pigs are about 2
Hi,
weeks
there's
old
your
as
little
well.
brother. They're so little bunny brothers. Well, do we know if they're brothers or sisters yet?
Not sure yet.
It takes you a while to what you call sex them, which
Yes.
is determine their sex.
They have to be about 4 weeks old for us to get an accurate idea if they're boys or girls.
And the reason you would want to know if they're boys or girls is
So that people don't house boys and girls together and we end up with more baby bunnies and guinea pigs.
exactly. So this bunny, as you said, 2 weeks old, and he or she won't be ready for adoption for how much longer?
About 2 more weeks.
About 2 more weeks.
Well, a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then definitely 2 weeks for the guinea pigs. We do have adults though as well. We have their moms, and they're pretty much ready to go whenever.
So how many bunnies did mommy have?
She had 2 that we know of, 2 that were brought in with her.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they came with her.
Yes.
Well, they must have been so teeny tiny.
Yep. The guinea pigs were born at the shelter. The pregnant female was surrendered to us, so they were born at the shelter.
And these are dwarf rabbits.
Yes.
Which means they're not going to get very large.
No.
Depending on how much you feed them.
Yeah. True with everything.
And then the guinea pigs they have a particular breed, these guinea pigs? They have some-
There's like soft coated and then coarse coated, and then there's long haired guinea pigs. These guys have they'll keep that fur pattern. It's like all
He's
the
got
little
the little-
cowlicks.
He's got the little thing on his head like he's done his hair on
Yeah.
purpose up the middle.
And
Hey,
it'll stay like
it's like
that as they
Daryl's
get
off
bigger.
right there. Hi, Daryl's off. This looks like I'm gonna call this Daryl because he's a little boop like Daryl. Look at the little ears are so cute. Susie Barber always had guinea pigs. She loved guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs and bunnies are interesting because when they're first born, they're pretty much self-sufficient right away. They start eating like the hay and that immediately. They still need mom a little bit to supplement them, but
They're pretty much right on to solid food.
right away. They've got all their hair, their little floppy ears, everything right away.
Now, a rabbit this size would need a cage. This size or bigger?
I would go bigger.
Bigger than this?
Yeah, especially if you're going to keep it. I would almost go double if you're going to
Okay.
keep it constantly in a cage.
And dwarf rabbits need to be indoors in the winter.
Yes.
Yeah, and even in the summer, you want to make sure that they're not out in the yard unattended because things can come and swoop down and take
Well,
them,
yes.
or other animals can get at them.
Yeah, and if you don't have a proper enclosure, they can overheat
Can
as well.
overheat?
Yeah.
See, you're so smart. Now, what does it cost I know to adopt dogs and cats? The spaying is involved, spaying and neutering. That's not required with these smaller critters?
No, with the bunnies, you can get them spayed or neutered. If you plan on having multiples in a home, you can get them neutered and spayed. The guinea pigs, not really. It's not a whole lot of cost factor with them as far as, getting the initial setup, and the food is relatively cheap as well, and they make nice little pets.
They do. They're good, and you can when you get them this young, they don't these don't bite or anything.
No, and the guinea pigs, tend to be extremely social with
they?
people. Yeah.
Guinea pigs like people.
Yes,
Look,
and
they like
they-
bunnies too. Do they normally get along like that?
No, as adults, I wouldn't mix them together, but as juveniles, they just get along.
You juvenile delinquent bunny, hop like a bunny. Can you hop? There you
Sometimes,
go.
they do get territorial as they age, so sometimes housing even older ones together, they'll fight.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about shots or anything like that with
Not
these.
really,
Oh,
no.
the bunny's cleaning his brother's ears. Oh, you're cleaning your brother's ears. You're so sweet. What's the adoption fee?
The bunnies we ask 20 for, and the guinea pigs are 10.
Fantastic. And to find out more, they go to Humane Society's website, which is
The SSM Humane Society
Society.ca.
.ca, I believe, yes.
Yeah, or stop in.
Or stop in or call.
Or call, and you can visit all. You said you have a number of critters right now available for adoption.
Got a full house right now with our little critters.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is a great time when they're young and it's this lovely weather. You could adopt a little critter like this, and not expensive, and you could give a great home to a little loved one.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you so much. Happy Friday the 13th.
Yes, to you too.
Thanks for
It's
coming
gonna be a lucky
in.
day.
And we'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this. Stay with us on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Oh, look at
Yes.
Rabbits, little bunnies and guinea pigs.
You-
Oh
those you
my.
like.
They're very
rabbits
cute.
and guinea pigs and Luann. Oh,
Oh
my!
my! We hope you have an awesome Friday the 13th. Don't worry about it. That's lucky, right?
It is.
You got to watch us, so that's a nice start.
And don't forget to go dancing in the block party
Yes.
downtown starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow, East Street to Brock.
It's the mixer downtown.
Luann will be there with her wine, and I'll be there with a soda. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning.
Thanks for watching.